another thing that I wrote this week, a tweet from Hillary's account seemed to suggest paying women equally for equal work is bad. So whoever runs her Twitter account tweeted out her plan for equal wages for women with the this is the caption, this is all it said. Donald Trump's equal pay plan for women. You're going to make the same if you do as good a job. That, Joanne, chokers are way more offensive to women. I don't have my choker on right now, but I wear chokers every day, all day, and I don't know if I'm appropriating that from like animals, culture, or whatever, but I'm not going to stop. Hillary's campaign was really upset about Donald Trump's quote that you're going to make the same if you do as good a job. And, this is something that was up on her Twitter account, and it's still up on her Twitter account. And honestly, I would say that, making the same for doing as good of a job is exactly what we're all looking for. There's all kinds of issues with Hillary Clinton talking about equal pay. Reports reveal that leadership at the Clinton Foundation and people who work for her in the Secretary of State, men made more than women. So, she attacks Trump for that when she did the same thing. But there's nothing really more sexist than this idea, which seemed to be suggesting that that's not enough. Well, what more would you want than that? I think that what you should want is to make the same amount for the same amount of work. And I'm not saying that, I do think it's offensive to say that every single time a woman makes less than a man, that means she's not doing as good of a job. Obviously, sexism is a thing that exists. And so, of course, it could enter into deciding wages. That's obvious to me. But to have a problem, she doesn't say that. He says that's the way it is. The tweet says this is his plan for women. You're going to make the same if you do as good a job. Now, that's not really a plan. We can talk about it in terms of that. We can talk about it in terms of, okay, so how are you going to do that? But that itself, idealistically speaking, obviously logistically is a different thing, but idealistically speaking, that's exactly what we should all want, right? And of course, the libertarian in me realizes it's kind of hard to enforce those things because they are subjective. I think a lot of these changes will have to come on a cultural level rather than, especially without intruding too much onto private businesses.